So then, Vodafone Rally to Portugal is done and dusted. We're still going to be dusty for the next couple of rounds of WRC, but in this video we're going to look back at the rally that's just finished. Starting off, perhaps unsurprisingly, with the winners, Sébastien Ogier and Vincent Landé. It's almost strange that Ogier has gone back to back, especially given the fact that his record-breaking 5th win last year took, 7 years to get? And now his record-extending 7th win at Rally Portugal was on the next attempt. It wasn't the most straightforward win, though. He had to rely on Oid Tanak having lost power steering, and even then, Tanak was still within 10 seconds at the end, 8.7 seconds off of the win. With Carlos Rivera rounding out the podium in 3rd place, 12.2 off of the win. It is now, 6? Is it 6 wins in a row for Toyota? 5 wins in a row to start the season off. And winning on pretty much every surface now. We just haven't had the packed gravel highway kind of stuff that you'll see in, like, Finland, for instance. But, yeah, it's strange because it looks like Toyota have dominated this season, but in fact, when it came to Portugal, it didn't really look that way. And when you're wondering what I mean with it didn't look that way, you could just look at the rest of the Rally 1 standings. Like, Thierry Neuville was in 4th place, nearly 40 seconds off the win. Robin Perez's performance, you could argue, is a bit of an outlier considering that Katsuta was in 5th, 1 minute 42 off, but Elfyn Evans, championship leader, was running in 6th place, 2.5 minutes off the win. And that's not, a pace issue. A lot of what he lost was on the Friday due to road position, because it rained a little bit in the week, but it wasn't rain that really benefited Evans, because it didn't keep everything nicely packed together to the point that the stage was consistent across all competitors. He was still having to road sweep. It still got faster for the later runners. It rutted, but it only rutted towards the end of the Rally 1 field. So, yeah, it was a tricky start for the Toyotas. I mean, until his suspension went in a corner, Adrian Fourmeau was the person who was challenging Oid Tanak for the lead. Like, Fourmeau was in great form again, just really unlucky with reliability issues. A bit like, you could argue, the Safari. But elsewhere, the top 10 was rounded out by Sami Pairi, Josh McAleen, who was 5 minutes off the win and 2.5 minutes off of Pairi, and then Greg Munster, who was another 45 seconds back, with the rest of the top 10 being rounded out by our WRC2 winner, which we'll get onto in a moment, Oliver Solberg. And it was a fine run for Solberg, who was saying for most of the rally he wasn't fully confident in the JWRC Rally 2 car. Now, in terms of the gravel rallies he's done with it so far, he did do the Safari, but remember, he got caught in the fesh again at the Safari, which meant that he didn't get the full rally of running. But this time he was largely dominant, made, 1 or 2 mistakes over the course of the event. And whilst, yes, Johan Russell was flying when it came to the Sunday, Solberg won by nearly a minute. Gus Greensmith rounded out the podium in WRC2 with 3rd place, ahead of Rupa Korhonen, Jan Solens, Roberto Dapra, Pierre-Louis Lube, Mikko Heikkila, Marco Balazia, and Kaitan Kaitanovic. Now, in terms of WRC2 outright, because I was just reading the RC2s there, it is the same, which means that poor Romer Jurgensen ends up just outside of scoring points in the WRC2 here. But when you look at the times, Nikolai Gryazin was also informed. Gryazin wasn't scoring for the WRC2 championship here, but he did make one mistake which was pretty costly, because he was running up in the top 5 of RC2 for most of the event, and then I think it was stage 16 he went off and got stuck in a ditch, which ended his run. In WRC3, and it was the JWRC stars who were right up at the front. In fact, it was essentially a two-horse race. Taylor Gill versus Mille Johansson, the two who we're going to probably expect to contend for the championship this season. Johansson lost out by 13.4 seconds. Or, if we took away the penalty, 3.4 seconds. But they were very much in a league of their own. Karim Kazaz was 4 minutes off of the win, with Thomas Martins another 30 seconds back. Only just clear of Max Smart, with Nathaniel Brun 38 seconds back. Josef Ralph Nagin just behind them, and then we have our first non-JWRC, I believe, as Takumi Matsushita in the Clio. The top 10 in RCP rounded out by Giovanni Rossi and Eamon Kelly. With Diego Dominguez in 11th, Ali Turkan in 12th, and that's the start of the Super Rally. Contenders, which were the likes of Pelleray, Pellemorg, Brocard, Charpentier, Fontana, Schönborn, Perdrix, and Martinez Marizaldi. And in terms of our other runners, no RC4s made it to the end of the event, but Paolo Raviglione made it to the end in the Clio Rally 5. The number 106, I believe, completed all of the stages as well. Now, in terms of the standings after this event, it is Elfyn Evans still holding a lead, still of about 30 points over Carlo Pera, with 118 points to Rafa Pera's 88. Auger is in third on 86, with Tanak in fourth on 84 points. Terry Nerville's in 5th on 78, ahead of Katsuta on 51, with Forbeau on 44, Pairi on 25, Munster on 18, McAlean rounding out the top 10 on 12 points. And in terms of manufacturers' points, Toyota have 258, Hyundai 203, M Sport 72, and Pairi's second Toyota team on 36. For WRC2, Rossell still leads the championship, 67 points to Oliver Zulberg's 60. I mentioned Safari earlier, that's probably going to be the thing that goes against Zulberg for the whole season. Still managed to get 5th despite getting stuck in the Fesh, but it's going to be another one of those what could have beens for him, potentially if he loses out come season's end. Gus Greensmith is in 3rd place on 40, but bear in mind that's only from 2 rallies, whilst Zulberg has done 3, as has Rossell, with Rupert Korhonen on 29 and Jan Solens on 27, both also having done 2 events. In the team standings for that, PH Sport are on 109, Toyota Gazoo Racing Next Generation are on 79, Sarazan Motorsport Iron Links are on 39, and Tok Sport are in 4th place with only 1 score so far on 32. WRC3 is currently going the way of Taylor Gill on 50 points from 2 events. Arthur Pellemorg, after what's happened here, is after 3 events of his season on 42. Giovanni Rossi is on 36 with 3 scores. Matteo Fontana is on 34 after 2 scores. Takumi Matsushita on 32 after 3 different scores as well. Chatillon is in 6th on 29. Then Kazaz, Shania, Turkan and Brun round out the top 10 there. But in terms of junior WRC, Taylor Gill is on 52 points, Mille Johansson on 46. Karim Kazaz is on 26, Eamon Kelly on 21. Thomas Martins rounds out the top 5 on 20 points. But that is that for the WRC. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching and joining, folks. Until next time, it's bye-bye for now.